Hello again, everyone. It's Matt.
And Chels.
It is about midway through January, and yes, we took that fucking long to come up with our top 10 albums of 2022.
Yeah, we needed some time to finalize because it was difficult.
And there were a few we hadn't listened to that we wanted to squeeze in there before making our final list. And here we are, 2023, with our top from 2022. Also, I'm just going to say, this is our own personal, nothing against, there were a lot of incredible albums out there. For a while there, Chels had a three-way tie at number one, and I told her that wouldn't fly. So that's another reason why it kind of got pushed back a little.
Oh, thanks for blaming that on me.
Oh, it wasn't all you.
No,
Not
it
all
definitely
you.
was not all me.
No.
Yeah, there were some other albums that were really good. There was only 10 slots.
And then at the end, we're going to tell you our biggest disappointments of 2022.
Yes, we are. Okay.
You want to kick it off?
Yes, I do.
We'll go 10. We don't want to give them the sweet stuff in the beginning.
No, they got to wait for that. Number 10 on my list is Bloodywood's Rack Shack.
Okay.
Yeah. I really enjoy that album. Something about their sound, well, I mean, their sound is so unique, but this album had so many good songs on it. My favorite, though, was Dan.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really, really good song.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
really
to mention
heavy
that
parts.
we were also going to give you our favorite songs off of each album as well. Just to kind of, if you hadn't listened to any of it, a good starting point.
A lot of mine have more than one song, and you can't get mad at me for that.
Oh, I have 2 on every single one of mine.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay.
Good.
Yeah.
What's your number 10
I don't believe in
pick?
just one thing. Come on now. My number 10 pick is Spite and their album dedicated to Flesh. Oh, man, that album just rips your throat out through your asshole. It is brutal. I love that
Now I
album.
know why I didn't listen to that one.
My favorite songs on there, The Most Ugly and Caved In. But damn, Darius goes hard. It's just a good time.
Okay.
Yep. That's my 10.
All right, on to number 9. Now, this one for me is not a metal album, but I really like this. I'm sure it's not something probably many people have listened to. Demi Lovato's latest album, Holy Fuck, was really good. And my favorite song on that one was Eat Me.
That's a solid pop punk album. Gonna be totally real. It had that early 2000s pop punk vibe, and I did appreciate that one as well. It's a good album.
Yes, that's a big reason why I like it, and I feel like she kind of stepped out of the totally poppiness into more of a punk.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. What's your number 9?
My number 9 was Bleed From Within with Shrine. Oh, man. That album is so good. It's catchy. The breakdowns just hit my sweet spot. And it's got that heavy Parkway Drive vibe that I love about it. My favorite songs on there, Shapeshifter and Invisible Enemy. The whole album just kicks ass. It is really hard, I realized while we were doing this, how hard it is to pick just 2 songs that you like off of your favorite albums. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you went with 1, to be totally honest.
On that one, I did.
We're 8 now.
Yeah, number 8 on my list is The Gloom in the Corner.
Trinity.
I forgot. Trinity, that's the name of that album. Thank you. Favorite song on that one, Pandora's Box.
That is
But the whole album was a really good, yeah.
quite the story, too, because it's a concept album. You got the little story snippets that kind of play out while you're listening to it. Yeah, that's a good one.
I agree.
My number 8 is Darko with Oni. That is another one that it's relentless. You hear sounds in there that just make you go, what the fuck did I just hear? My favorite songs on there, Hyperkill and Dragon Chaser. All right, so now we are on to number 7.
Yes, in my number 7 slot is Motionless in White, Scoring the End of the World. Definitely right up my alley as far as sound goes, and I really, really enjoyed the entire album. Favorite songs were Masterpiece and Cyberhex.
Wow, you mean Slaughterhouse didn't make your favorite?
Ooh, you know what? That was another really good one. Okay, I had to decide this in crunch time, so
It's true.
I knew I was going to mess up. Yeah, that one was really good too. Like I said, I loved the whole album.
Slaughterhouse is one of my favorite songs of this year. So, last year, not this year. What am I saying? My number 7 was Tala and the Generation of Danger. That album, again, another concept album, plays out. It is a wild fucking ride. Justin's vocals are just so unique to me. At one point in time, he sounds like a pissed off Miss Piggy. I shit you not. He really does. My favorite songs, Stomping Grounds and Shaken, Not Stirred. It's chaotic. There's a lot going on, but it was much heavier than I was anticipating. Yes.
My number 6 slot goes to Bad Omens and their album The Death of Peace of Mind. Really solid album. That was my mowing album this last summer. Like, that was the one I put on when I mowed the yard, and it made me feel like a badass. Just really good. Like a Villain and Just Pretend were my favorite songs off of that one.
That's why you did it so fast. Like, that's why you mowed so fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It makes sense now. My number 6. We're at 6, right?
Yes.
Yes. Shadow of Intent and Elegy. Oh, so good. The death metal vibes in it. Ben Dur, how can you fucking... That man's vocals. He is an absolute beast in this album. Favorite songs for me, Where Millions Have Come to Die, which featured Philip Bozeman, and Life of Exile. It's not breakdown heavy, but fuck, it's an amazing album. Super underappreciated in my opinion. Now we're to the top 5. Things are getting spicy.
Yeah. This was really hard to narrow down who is going to get these top 5 slots.
You're not lying.
In my number 5 slot is He Is Legend with Endless Hallway. Fucking amazing album. I have enjoyed Is this their third album? Definitely the third one that I've listened to?
It's the third one you've listened to.
Okay.
It's not their third album.
Okay.
I believe it's sixth album?
So far, we're 3 out of 3. I have enjoyed every single one that I have heard. I should go back and listen to their other albums. But I digress. Endless Hallway, really good. And my favorite songs are Lifeless Lemonade and Circus Circus.
That's a great number 5. My number 5 is Paleface, Fear, and Dagger. When I say the Swiss don't miss, they don't, man. These boys pummel you from the second track. The opening track is a little like unnerving, just an intro into it, kind of preparing you for what you're about to go on. And then it pummels you for the next hour and 6 minutes. It is relentless. Mark Zelli kicks your ass. The beatdowns, the breakdowns, it's vicious. Picking songs off of these last of the top 5 was seriously stupid hard. But if I had to pick 2 favorites off of Fear and Dagger, it would be Make a Deal with the Devil and My Grave, Lay With Me. My Grave, Lay With Me was such a fucking shocker. Mark Zelli has beautiful cleans, people. It blows your fucking mind when you hear it for the first time. Such a good song, though.
I love that song.
Yeah, I've listened to that album enough that you've heard that several times.
My number 4 slot goes to Rammstein, Sight.
Yes. Yeah. I was wondering when that was going to hit your list.
Number 4.
I knew it had to be in there somewhere.
And my favorite song is Giftig. I listened to that one on repeat this summer.
Yes, you did. I remember that. My number 4 album is Electric Callboy with Techno. That was my pick-me-up album. When I was down, that was the album I was listening to. It is such a mood lifter. It gets you going. It makes you smile. The breakdowns are a blast. Picking songs off this was ridiculously hard, but I have to go with We Got the Moves and Mind Reader. Those are my 2 favorite songs off of Techno. That was really hard to pick.
That was your number 4, right?
That was my number 4.
Okay, my number 3 goes to I Prevail's True Power. I have loved I Prevail since I heard them the first time. And this album is fantastic. They killed it again. My favorite songs are Bad Things and Choke.
Okay. Body Bag's my favorite on that one.
That's a good one, too.
Such a good song. My number 3 is He Is Legend with Endless Hallway. Nobody does it like He Is Legend. Nobody does it like these guys. It's just some of the catchiest choruses. You will find yourself humming the songs later in the day or singing part of it and like, oh shit, I need to listen to this again. There's not one skippable song on these albums, by the way, either for me. My favorites, though, Circus Circus and The Prowler.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny that you had Circus Circus on yours as well. And we found out, like, that is legit my favorite song on that album, though. The flow
That's my
is
favorite,
so
too.
fun.
Yes. If
Top
you don't want to listen
2.
to the whole album, just go check out that one song.
Yes.
All right. Top 2. My number 2 slot goes to Electric Callboy, Techno.
I was wondering where that was.
Number 2. That was definitely something that I listened to a lot. And like you said, happy, pick you up. Like, you can't be sad listening to any of the songs. I forgot to write down one of the songs. What 2 songs did you say?
Mind Reader and We Got the Moves.
Yeah. We've Got the Moves is one of my favorites. Plus, I did write down 2 other ones. Arrow of Love and Mind Reader.
Fun fact about Techno. That was actually the most requested road trip song with the kids. Or, like, album with the kids was listening to Electric Callboy. Yeah. They're big fans.
We don't mind.
No. My number 2 is Lorna Shore and Pain Remains. That album hit at a very emotional time in my life. It is still probably one of the most emotional albums I could listen to. The Pain Remains trilogy alone makes me tear up when I listen to it. Still, so that's one of my picks. 3 songs, yes, but it's one fucking story, so it's one song, goddammit. And Wrath, because the breakdowns, oh my god, the breakdowns on this album made me want to cry tears of joy every goddamn time I listen to it. Walking through Walmart, swinging fists at people, knocking shelves over, moshing in the self-checkout area. Shit got fucked up. Not really, but
Still
I
paying
wanted
for
to.
it.
That's why we have the YouTube channel, paying for the damages.
All right. Well,
number one
we're
time.
on to number one. Speaking of albums that just give you all the feels and make you super emotional and just like make you feel connected to the music, for me, the Interrupters' Into the Wild did that. And I freaking love this album. I got it actually for Christmas on vinyl, and it is just amazing. My favorite songs are Raised by Wolves, The Hard Way, and Let 'Em Go. Picked 3 on this one. I had to.
I'm surprised it was just 3.
Well, I would have just listed all of the songs on the album, but I didn't think that was allowed.
I understand this.
So good. It's ska. It's not metal, but it is.
It's like ska rock and roll, though. And this is just albums. We're not.
Right,
It's not
right.
just metal.
But that was my number one.
Did you have any honorable mentions?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
I would have to say Highly Suspect's new album. The name just totally evaded me. I was just listening to that. Really good. There's another, but you tell me what were yours.
So my honorable mentions are Ghost, Impera. Love that album. Another honorable mention for me is Rammstein, Sight. Yes, not my number one. Another one, Slipknot, The End So Far. It did grow on me. Honestly, you just skip the first track, you've got yourself a pretty solid Slipknot album. The first one just still has not stuck the landing with me. Adderall bothers me. But the rest is fairly decent. Some good bops on there. Those would have to be probably my top 3 honorable mentions, because they are not my number one.
There's a band name. Their name is evading me, so I cannot mention the album or the band name.
So that band, you do not get an honorable mention.
Ah, shit. Sorry, that band.
My number one.
Oh, and Ghost.
Oh, yeah,
Ghost was also an honorable mention for me because I did enjoy it.
Beautiful album. I know Ghost gets a lot of hate, but it's just there's such a great album. Better than the last one. That's all I'm going to say with that. My number one, Fit for an Autopsy with Oh, What the Future Holds. Easily my most played album all year long. This is the follow-up to 2019 Sea of Tragic Beasts, which is still one of my favorite deathcore albums to listen to. This one did not disappoint. It is incredible, man. The breakdowns, Joe's vocals, the guitar presence, the layered cleans in there with Joe's vocals. The producing was incredible. My 3 favorite songs: A Higher Level of Hate, Far From Heaven, and Pandora. Yes, those are my favorite songs on there. But that album is just incredible. Never gets old. Again, not one song that I can skip on it. There you have it, the top 10.
Yeah, now on a completely opposite note, what was the biggest disappointment of 2022, Matt?
For me?
Yeah.
Ooh, this hurts to say. This fucking hurts to say. Parkway Drive and their Darker Still album. I don't know what happened there. They literally created the most meme-worthy song of 2022 with If a God Could Bleed. What the fuck was that? And this hurts, man. Not every song was terrible. There are a few decent songs on that album, but I felt lyrically it was fairly weak. Kind of generic, walk through the valley of the shadow of death, this type stuff. And it didn't resonate with me. It wasn't the Parkway Drive that I'm used to. I understand doing changes, but this was not for me. It was very disappointing. Don't throw those rocks.
Speaking of throwing rocks, I can't say that this was a disappointment as much as it just really missed the mark for me because it wasn't what I was expecting, and that would be Tala's album,
The Generation of Danger.
Yes. I tried to listen to it a couple different times, but it really just was very sporadic and chaotic in a way that I couldn't really enjoy as much as I wanted to. So that one.
And Chels here is not an agent of chaos and does not embrace it as much as I do.
Not as much.
So, yeah, we were totally opposite on that one. I tried getting her into it a few different times. I was kind of surprised, but at times not surprised because the album can be a little jarring.
Yeah, there are
truthfully
a few songs on there that I do enjoy. Just as a whole, I couldn't enjoy it.
Right. Well, there you have it. 2022. Our favorite albums. Now we're in 2023.
We already know some big stuff coming, and then there's the stuff we have no idea about.
You're right. Shit's going to get crazy. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you all for an awesome 2022. We appreciate all of your love and support. Thank you for those that have subscribed. Thank you for all those who've watched, hung out with us in live streams, requested videos, like literally anything. You guys help our channel continue on. If it wasn't for you, I don't know what the fuck we'd be doing with this. Probably would have been done and over with a long time ago. But we keep driving for you. 2023, we want to bring you guys some new stuff. We want to change things up. You know, it seems like everyone's doing that. It's funny that I say that. I mean, fuck, Tank, Metal Burb, all these guys are changing things up. Nick's changing things up. Shit's gonna get different. YouTube, us reactors are changing things. I don't know what's happening. I'm rambling now.
Thank you guys so much for watching this, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.